Peace and harmony. Hope everybody doing their thing, staying in tune, living and loving life in that heart frequency, going with our own personal flows. So I want to talk very quick about just some quick natural remedies or just kind of like do it yourself. Uh, what is it called? Like healthcare, cosmetic products. I guess you get to kind of making your own things. So first, I want to start with toothpaste. Definitely cutting out your toothpaste. Yeah, I think you can buy like natural toothpaste without fluoride. Plus, fluoride you want to stay away from just in general because it's a poisonous chemical that calcifies your pineal gland as well as disrupts your melanin, both your physical melanin, your bodysuit, as well as your neural melanin. So you definitely want to stay away from fluoride. But just a real quick and very cost-effective way of making like toothpaste is just something simple like using hydrogen peroxide and baking soda. That's a very good one too. I'm gonna do a follow-up video to actually show like me personally. I don't really measure it out. I just kind of go by how I feel about it and how I see it. But like if you had to put it in the measurements, I would say like depending on the size you would make. Like hold on, let me get it before I do that. Another one to do too for toothpaste is coconut oil and baking soda. So those are the two I use. You can also add to either mix whether you can add like a little bit of peppermint oil to kind of like have that that like freshening breath. That fresh like smell to it. Like I would add like a tiny bit. I haven't done that in quite a while. So when I do this follow up video on the measurements and mixtures, I'll definitely put a more accurate, more accurate measurement. Damn, I can't even talk measurement of that. But yeah, so yeah, those are very two good ones. They don't you don't have to fuck with that fluoride, as well as they help keep your mouth and teeth healthy and clean. And they're all alkaline products: baking soda, coconut oil, and hydrogen peroxide. Well, with the hydrogen peroxide, you can also use as a mouthwash, mouth rinse to rinse out your mouth. Like let's say like for me personally, one of the things I do is I make my most of the time that is with coconut oil and baking soda. So for those measurements, I usually do like close to like a half cup of coconut oil, and then somewhere like maybe like 3.5 to 4 tablespoons of baking soda, and I mix it in really well to where it's kind of like almost like a little bit of grainy essence, but not too much. You can just kind of feel it. It kind of just feels right. It feels like a little bit grainy, but not too grainy. Just kind of like almost like a toothpaste consistency, but maybe slightly thinner in a way, depending on how you like it or you choose to go about it. But yeah, damn, every time you're doing some real shit, some messages pop up. So give me just a second. But yeah, that's kind of the measurement there, as well as that's what I usually use for my toothpaste, and then for my like a mouthwash, I just kind of use a little bit of hydrogen peroxide to kind of wash my mouth out, and do like however you usually rinse your mouth, gargle, whatever, and then you spit it out with that, and then drink a little bit of water, mix it around, and spit it out. That way, it stays clean, and then you're gonna want to leave it for like I don't know, like 10-15 minutes. I mean, it doesn't even have to be that long because usually it feels better anyways, and it just I mean usually you're not gonna eat right after anyways, but just to keep that in mind, just give it some time to do its thing, I guess. But it's a very effective way. And then another one too with that mixture of coconut oil and uh, baking soda. It's very effective for a face wash as well. Except for I found with that when making a face wash or even a body wash in general with that, I like to add a little bit of coconut sugar so it has like that graininess. So that way you kind of have like that exfoliating, tranquil, like therapeutic kind of like rub to it, so that way you can kind of like wash your body or wash your face. And, and I found that it's very good for like acne or blemishes or kind of irritations on the skin or something like that. And also kind of hydrates the skin with the coconut oil because it like cleanses everything off and then kind of leaves like that hydration feeling, so you can leave it for like a day or two or however you kind of choose to do your bathing routine or like cleansing routine of your bodysuit and stuff like that. But yeah, I found this very effective as well. I like that. So yeah, that's basically it for that. Oh, you can also use see, that's like a very like all around, what do they call it? All purpose. That's the word. All purpose mix, because you can also use coconut oil and baking soda for deodorant. So the same consistency. Me personally, I do like 2 or 3 different mixtures. I do them in like the coconut glass containers and save them. Always save those. Some ghetto shit. I always save them. So I have like 3 different mixtures. Toothpaste, face, body wash type mixture, and then like a deodorant mixture. So what they do with the deodorant mixture, you can just do like the coconut oil and baking soda, real simple. Maybe a little bit thicker consistency, and you don't have to put much on, but it keeps you fresh all day. Just kind of smelling like a coconut, fresh coconut, I guess you could say. Just that fresh smell, and it's very good for just keeping away that sweat, keeping away that BO odor, and stuff like that. Just a natural deodorizer. It's very effective like that. If it's a hot day, if you're working a lot, doing a lot of like physical activity or sweating, or if you are a sweaty person, then you might want to, maybe apply it twice in the day, like once in the morning, once at night, or you might want to like wash your ass a little bit more. I'll just play. But for real, like it's just all about how you go about it personally, for your personal flow. Yeah, that's basically it. As you can see, I haven't got much to say. Or a whole lot to say. Or do I have a whole lot to say? But yeah, that's basically it. Like I said, I'm gonna do a follow-up video to actually kind of just show how I personally do it, how I do my mixtures. But yeah, and it's very, like I said, it's very cost efficient. Like I think hydrogen peroxide you can get like Dollar Tree or a store like that. You might be able to get it for like less than that. So you might be able to get it from like 50 cents, depending on the store, or like Dollar Tree for $1. And you can buy like a couple, so you're pretty much set for like a month or whatever. And that, coconut oil is a little bit more expensive. I don't promote any brands, or I'm not affiliated with any brands or anything like that. But the one that I like to use is Coco Vita, I think it is, and Dr. Bronner's coconut oil. I always use the organic, unrefined coconut oil. So that's the thing that's a little bit more costly. It can be anywhere from like, depending on the size, from like $4.99 to like almost $10, somewhere around there. So that's the thing that can be more expensive. But they're usually like a pound, like a little pound container, something like that. So they last quite a bit. Like that's enough to make 2 separate things, and both of those 2 things can last for a month, a month or longer, or to a couple months. It depends on how you use it, how much you use it, and all that stuff. But it's pretty efficient. It lasts quite a long time. And then baking soda is like it's pretty cost efficient as well. It's like 79 cents. You can get everything for like under $15, maybe under $10, maybe under $7. Depending on where you get it. You just kind of like research. Be aware of like where the best place is to get it, most definitely. But yeah, it's pretty cost efficient in my experience. So yeah, definitely, I would definitely recommend experimenting with it, trying it out. It's very beneficial. It's very it's very good for the body. It helps eliminate that layer of how they try to of how like all these of how they try to to like calcify your body and bring all these unnatural substances. It's just a good way to not have to worry about that shit. Just to have your own, do it yourself. Because you're making it, so you know exactly what's in it and all that stuff. As well as just as far as keeping the bodysuit fresh, clean, and just comfortable. As well as using essential oils like patchouli oil. You put it on that spleen chakra. On your underarms. It's a very masculine for the males watching this video. For the males watching this video, it's very masculine scent, just fresh scent. As well, and you can use peppermint oil. You can always mix it up. You definitely want to do your research and just kind of know what works for you, because certain essential oils kind of might have a drying effect. You definitely want to watch out for lemon oil, stuff along those, the more citrusy ones sometimes, because they will dry out your skin, especially if you're already prone to dry skin in general. If you're living in a cold environment or a hot environment. But it's also good to hydrate your body. Like I said, the coconut oil within that body wash mixture helps very much so with dry skin. It helps smooth everything out. It helps keep it nice and smooth, clean, rid you of that ashiness. Just keeps it nice. And then you can also use depending on how you want to go about it, you can also make your own lotion, and you can also, or you can just choose to buy a natural lotion. For lotions, for me personally, I don't have a personal one that I mix myself, because for me, the body wash mixture with the coconut oil, baking soda, and coconut sugar works pretty well for me. It kind of leaves it hydrated. I usually use a little bit of a raw shea butter lotion to kind of, or a coconut butter type lotion sometimes to, bring in that extra hydration, the extra smoothness to help, keep my skin smooth and just free of that dryness. So that's me personally, but yeah, definitely test it out. Experiment with different ideas. This is just one perspective. From my experience, this works very well. It's very cost efficient, so definitely give it some thought. Go about it your unique way, your personal flow. Peace and harmony. I know everybody doing their thing. Peace.